see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times, don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world and keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world.
Well done.
Hello, everyone. You thought that was a soundtrack. No, we're sitting in Sedona in a thunderstorm. I thought that was pretty cool to have that playing in the background while we get things finalized here. Welcome to an extra edition of Flying with Mike. As promised, I do have thunderstorm soundtracks. What do you think starts the streams lately here, Hawker? No, love it, folks. We got some great thunder action here. We are in fun out of here. This is actually X-Plane you're listening to. Normally, when I start the stream up, we do start. I have a 4-minute track that I can loop of thunderstorms before I kick into storms. Usually run it about a minute or so. But today, in celebration of the great weather here in Sedona, why not let X-Plane do the work for you? So anyway, folks, we're sitting on the ground, as mentioned, Sedona, Arizona, known for a lot of spooky things and a lot of other things. Interesting place. Never got a chance to get to it when we were out there. But we're going to head up to Lake Tahoe in this little beastie, the Citation X. For the cost of admission to X-Plane 12, you get this plane, and it is phenomenal. It takes some, I highly recommend some test flights, get used to it. It's a speedy little demon, folks. I'm here to tell you, capable of breaking the sound barrier, not certified to. Many pilots have had their wings clipped because they, who's gonna know? Famous last words next to oops or oh crap. So if you don't believe me, watch many of the air disaster shows and listen to them on tape. But anyway, we are taking this bird out of Sedona finally. We've been sitting here for a couple of months. And, I had other plans for it, but today just, Hawker said, ask for SIBO, Airbus 11, which for some that don't know the story behind why I call it an Airbus 11, the MD-11, or the Citation. He got his wish, and he goes to be right back. That's okay. It's going to take a couple seconds to get the plane ready to go. So, and our passengers just got on. Turns let's do a quick brief flight outside, and let you kind of see the beastie that we plan to head up to Tahoe with. And we'll pre-flight, if you don't mind, out of lightning. You know, it is kind of good sounds. These are everything on this aircraft minus the base scenery around all of Romero to Argentina, all default. And I think you've had a pretty good flavor. So let's hop inside. All right. So as you can see, we are and heard on the APU. So we are pretty much ready to go. Just a couple little things to go over and to do, and then we're going to get going, folks. Today's flight is about an hour and a half-ish in length. So I hope you're ready to have some fun. All right, checklist-wise, like I said, we've got the APU on. We've got the nav system set. So radar obviously on. Actually don't know how to turn that off. I have to remember. These are some things that I'm going to have to go through. The autopilot, oh, it's a bear. I'm going to warn you, folks. Once you fly this plane a couple times, it's a piece of cake. Oh, it's a bear up until that point. So get ready for some flying with Mike fun. So, but anyway, let's take a look at this. We'll wait for everyone to get back. It's only about another 45 seconds. Not sure if Hawker's back in the house or not yet. So that way everyone gets in on this. So, by the way, the opening there where I shouted out Hawker, I'm trying to figure out who in the heck is talking on my channel. I forgot we have this new video that comes with shout-outs. A clip, one of your last clips, or from your last whatever. It was going. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, may 59 years of age be better to you than it has been so far for me. But anyway, all right, so the ad break is over. And I see Hawker is back in the house. Hey, folks, head over to his channel. Give him a follow. Why? Because you can check out where he stands with his project. He has a real Hawker 125 fuselage in his garage. He is transforming that panel aircraft all the way back to where the engines would be, over the wings, all of that, no wings, by the way, into a flight sim. Not full motion, just into a flight sim. And Tomcat, thank you, sir, for what did I miss? Because Tomcat's just playing with the stuff. Okay. I'm like, what do I have up on my screen that I'm not playing? But hang on, I saw Hawker chime in here. Okay, no problem there, Hawk. We're gonna miss you. Wish you would have. But we're gonna do this on VATSIM. So anyone who wants to come along, we more than welcome you. Hang on a second. Let me get back in line. There we go. All right, let me pull up Sim Toolkit here real quick, and then we're gonna brief it, and then we're gonna light those fires back there. All right, as you can tell, By the way, folks, did you know we're in thunderstorms? Yeah, if you couldn't tell, yeah, we got a little bit of band of thunderstorms between us and Vegas before probably flying out. We'll see. We'll go through the weather though. Right now we got 1,380 pounds aboard. We've got 5,100 pounds of fuel. I like to uplift a little more than what they say. 6 people and 300 pounds of cargo made that up. All right. They're telling us to take off 2-1. Now, part of me wants to. That to me seems like the best. However, we'll get into it. I think the winds are more to the favor of runway 3. And I'll show you why here in a minute. Why I'm a little gun shy here. Now, I don't mind doing tailwind takeoffs for the most part. Especially this plane has got so much power it probably lift itself off. Straight up stole. But today's cruise will be Mach 86, flight level 430. Kind of shocked we didn't get a little higher, but it might be because it's such a short flight. Again, scheduled 2-1. However, more than likely we'll do a 3. Folks, I'm here to tell you the winds. We're going to check here in a minute. It really is a flip of a coin, I think, here. Tahoe is on the airport is on the south side of the lake. Runway 18, which is cool. That's how the RNAV works. So we'll do the RNAV. No ILS into this airport. Those of you that like challenges, a little bit of a one here, but not too much. Other than the fact you are highly elevated there. All right, weather. Well, that did not help us one doggone bit. No weather anywhere. All right, well, let me go ahead and pre-file then. Let me do that. Hang on, I'm getting another page up here so I'm ready. All right, so we are scheduled out at 1:15. We are definitely going early. All right, today's flight is Sedona to Tahoe, alternate being SFO. Now, this guy was planning this flight Sacramento or Reno, but I don't know the weather. Obviously, we can't see it, so I don't know. And we're going to fly the D to Prescott, take the J92 highway up to YERIN, and then work our way over to the RNAV. Just when I think things are calming down out there, then it erupts again. All right, just putting in my numbers. Everything else looks good. Sold. Oh, by the way, yeah, let me check. Yeah, I don't think an A319 is heavy, so we're going to have to go through and check those. And I do thank Duluth Fly for pointing what it was saying on VATSIM today. Yeah, I really don't think an A319 is a heavy. You can get into that argument with the 757, not the A319. I don't know, maybe the A321 could, but I doubt it. But I forgot, that is max takeoff weight. That helps govern the performance. I think it's max takeoff weight. So yeah, whoever made the A350 profile in SimBrief, you are not a C aircraft. So, okay, so max takeoff, Hawker saying, okay. All right, folks, so as you can see, one last time, clear skies and 70 degrees outside. Oh, no, that's inside my room. Sorry about that. All right, one last way to look at the weather. And this is a piece of payware, so just be forewarned. NavGraph charts. Great, great program, folks. Coupled with SimBrief, just phenomenal. And you can see we have weather. As of 00:15, about, we'll call it 20 minutes ago, this is what had me. I wanted to see it with the runway. We're not going to get that. 350 at 17. Um, Now remember, we were scheduled to 1. 350, let's see, 21. I mean, it's like right there, folks. I mean, it really is a toss-up, because if I flip it, this goes red. So we'll keep it runway 3. We're just going to have to make sure we have speed and get on that turn pretty quick. And be climbing pretty quick. You'll see why. No departures for us. Now, landing into Tahoe, we already show a tailwind. Why? Because how do we get a tailwind with this? It's variable. But it doesn't tell you the variance. That's kind of funny. It's variable at 6, gusting to 16. I know, Hawker, you're now more into the op side of the house. Do you see anything giving you a reason it would say we have a tailwind when it said variable? I don't think I see it. And I'm even looking in the remarks, and I hate looking there because they make my head hurt. But anyway, 10 miles visibility, clear there. So, yeah, once we get away from here, it's going to be pretty. We'll see how this turns out. We'll probably have a tailwind of some sort. That's going to be a fun landing. But the big thing about Tahoe, folks, you're 6,200 feet above sea level, almost 63. So it's with Simhaven scenery. I'm really hoping this looks pretty nice. Well, I mean, I'm not going for real, but I'm looking for a little better than one other time I've been in here. I'll be honest, I don't remember, so it's probably going to look better. All right. Now, why am I concerned about a runway 3 departure? Anyone care to guess? Yeah. Now, when you go up, pulling out, it does show that it looks like if I can get off decently, get a good solid climb going, turning left, I should be fine. I don't see anything over here. You know, we pilots have this technology all the time. We can get out of our planes and look. Yeah, right. So, I think we're going to be okay with runway 3. So, all right, so let's put everything away. I know I had charts up. Dang it. Let's go fly with Mike, shall we? All right, so through the checklist, we've got the EPU on. We've done the warning test V-speeds or entered V-speeds for today. I have not checked. Let me do something real quick. Let me see if SimBrief is going to give us any kind of takeoff with this plane. Runway 3. Calculate. No V-speeds. Okay, that was a letdown. All right, so it doesn't calculate this aircraft. However, there is a calculator on it. What I highly recommend, watch a couple. You can watch my videos. I try to go through this. The biggest thing you gotta make sure. Now, if you're doing each of the waypoints and airways along the way, when you first start, you put your departure, then your arrival via. Make sure that you copy, click the destination, and put it in at the end. Otherwise, here's what happens. You can't put the arrival in. That can be difficult on some locations. visuals? Who needs that data other than the landing data? All right. So anyway, just wanted to let you all know. I think since the radar scope has not changed since we've been here, we're firing them up and going. Okay. So startup, doors, windows closed, seatbelt sign is on. Your seatbelts are here. Let's get over there so you guys can see some of this. Your gen rec just to the middle for now. And that's just your rec lights. Going up puts the anti-collision strobes on. Okay. Brakes are set. Okay, right back here is your parking brake. Now, hopefully, I say this with a lot of default models. I would love, and it can't be me because I don't know where to begin, a Zebo-like person come in, make a great mod for this to include the IRS, to include everything that's missing right here to help us up here. Okay, that would be awesome. All right, now, so brakes, chocks are gone, throttles left and right are cut off. This is another tricky thing, folks. It's kind of like a fighter. You have your throttles. You don't have your switches below like you do in Airbus. Boeing has switches below. You use these and push forward. Now the theory here, and I have to say it that way, theory. Someone said in a video, clicking on the sides will move individually. Yes, no, kinda, sorta, every now and then. But also, if you haven't noticed, your settings for up here are down here, which kinda stinks, but they pop out. So it's not as bad as it could be. I'm gonna go ahead and set us for 43. Okay, there's our altitude select. Now, we're taking off runway 3. I'm just going to set it on runway 3. All right, now, none of this for your radar works, but from here up does work. Okay, to include, your radios can pop out. All right, so now to show your yokes, Y key, I get rid of them. Why? Very simple. They get in the way of switches. All right, let me connect up with our friends in VATSIM world. I'm sure somebody's decided to come on EJA. That is NetJets, by the way, 572. And we are Charlie 750. Click, go. Okay, so I lied. Nobody's up yet. Okay, 16. Hang on a second. Let me get my radio up here. All right. This gets a little tricky too. What are we going for? 1607. Now this one's pretty easy. Okay. Where it gets tricky is it this one? Is right here. How do you get it to ATC? And it's click the bottom one and work the tune. Now these you just click here and they turn on. This is nav 1. For your TCAS, there's your range. I'm gonna go 40. Click here and you go, and it's just above below normal. We'll just leave it normal. Okay. And then what I do is make sure I'm set up. What I like is 121.5, I monitor. And this is nav 2 as it's telling you. ATC should stay the same, and then I, of course, bump it up. Okay, so that gets us going. So 1607, cool. And just to find out, oh, maybe it is starting to let up. Maybe I delayed just enough. KSEZ. Couple of ways to find this, folks. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because I'd like to get this flight underway. But I'll walk you through a couple of ways you can pull charts out and look. How's that? Okay. Some people do not like CTAF. We heard that earlier today. If you're on, apologies. I'm not trying to call you out. I personally like it. It does free up the jibber jabber. I wish they would get better training. My instructor would rip so many people's butts because they chatter too much in what they're telling us. Just tell us you're going to where you're going. I don't care what runway, taxiway, if you're going to be upside down, right side up. Just tell us so-and-so taxi to this. You know, too many people here think you got to know exactly what these planes are doing. No. Pretty easy to tell. Hey, there's a plane taxiing. Oh, wait, look, there's another one over here getting ready to move. You know, you get in the real world, folks, and do that crap. There's people in the pattern trying to let you know. That's more important than the crap on the ground. Trying to let you know where they are so you don't fly out in front of them or whatever. So that's why I don't like how Unicom and CTAF works. I don't know who put this in people's minds. Like I said, my flight instructor would tear you a new one hearing all the chatter. It's not necessary. So that's why you try to hear me short, sweet, gone, bam. So the next guy can tell you what he's doing. Okay, off my soapbox. That irritates me to no end. And I know people do it probably intentionally. To me, CTAF is a great tool, but boy, it's so misused. But so was Unicom. So what do you expect? And when the ground controllers hand you off to what would have been a tower, no, you're supposed to hand, well, if the tower's up, yes. If not, they go to CTAF in VAT USA. Why Unicom? Answer me, why Unicom? It's because they're probably from another VATSIM region and don't know because VATSIM isn't getting it out to all the regions. Their own worst enemy. So, enough of that, because you know what? It's a half hour in, it's time to fly. And look, the radar's cleared up. Shall we? Let's double check the winds real quick. I'm gonna try something here, folks. It usually is not very successful. Oh, yeah, and one thing we've lost temporarily, folks, on the maps, yeah, we've lost the airplane. I'm just checking winds here real quick. Oh, wow, thunderstorm back. Wind 250 or 257 at 8. Jeez, that's only 40 degrees off. Oh boy. Hang on a second, folks. I go out. That's the much easier departure. Now with it reported 25. What is the wind song? Ooh, airport lightning strike. It ain't helping. All right, we'll stick to our guns, runway 3. All right, but anyway, how do you find that if VATSIM doesn't show? Very simple. Pick up a chart, find your airport. If you're at an airport like this, non-controlled, here, you know what? It's real simple. Sim Toolkit, Sky Vector. Where am I at? Let's just go KSEZ. All right, and I'm going to get rid of the weather layer right now on it so we can see. All right, so here's the airport we're at. Okay, so if you look at this, this tells you the AWAS. Okay, it doesn't give you the, oh yeah, it does, 18,525. Doubtful it'll work, but sometimes they do. Here, where you see the C, that's your common traffic. Where this gets complicated, and this is when you defer to VATSIM. Right here, 125.3, there's the C. Okay, not too complicated yet, is it? In theory, well, see, here's the problem. You have two tower frequencies. Which one? Which one? And that's when the .ctaf space KPHX in this case really helps out. But technically, if you take a tower channel and specifically the runway you're using, your chart will tell you a lot of times which tower frequency for what. Then you're still good in the real world. In the VATSIM world, it's a free-for-all, folks. I hate to say it. It's just a literal free-for-all. So, but anyway, that's how it goes. A good place for the traffic cones. All right, let's get going here. Doors, windows closed, anti-ice wrecks on, brakes, chocks, throttles cut off, speed brakes closed, and the fuel pumps. Here we go, on, yes. Fuel pumps on. Environmental packs, they're over here. Get those turned off so we get the maximum pressure. Okay, and we're ready to start up. So, what I have learned with this plane, you can push these buttons till the cows come home. Only will they work if you turn the, imagine this, ignition. Wait a minute, is it norm or to on? Norm. They're supposed to, wait a minute, I did not see where they're put to off. Huh. Okay, well, they default on. That's cool. Somewhere in my checklist, I missed ignition off. There it is, right after fuel boost. Okay. So the ignitions are on. We're going to start right side. There you go. Watch it spooling up. You also have a digital. There's 20. Now, theoretically, if I do this, it actually worked. And it will not go all the way back. You have to lift the clips in the back. For life of me, I can't remember what they're called. It just slipped off my tongue. Oh. Alright, and as they spool up, you just monitor. We're good. You're going to get a master caution, don't worry. I kick the gen on. And you get another one. Left gen's off, cross feeds off. They'll come on here in a minute. Alright, now, got to start the other one. Hang on, let me go through. Ignition off. Normal. They're throttling up. And we're just making sure nothing goes red. Ignition off. Now watch her stop. Reach over here and kill that. All right, and environmental packs back to on. All right, so there you go, folks. The engines are now up and running. Packs are on, so engine gauge is checked. Generators left and right are on. Okay, external power's off. Avionics are good. Probably should have turned those off before starting, but I didn't see anything that said to do that. All right, now here's the fun thing. APU bleed. Now that makes sense. Off. APU. Off. I'm going to go ahead and turn my bleeds on so my people don't get mad at me and want to fire me. Passenger oxygen looks good. And center wing transfers. Remember we saw those little yellow lights here? They're right here. Go to north. And cabin pressure. I've already got it set at roughly 43,000 feet. And everything else looks good here. Now, one thing, did you notice it didn't say turn the generator off? Believe it or not, when you start this thing up, you turn the generator on first. Then spool up, then the bleed. I know, it's kind of weird. That's how I've watched a couple real world videos and simulated videos. They seem to do the same thing. Okay, get our taxi instructions, bearings. We're going okay, and we got our heading set. We're going to do runway 3 just to be safe, and pre-takeoff taxi lights on. They are right here. Ground handling high, your engine, and here's your warning light test. Windshield heat, you know what, we're going to go ahead and turn that on along with the pitot heat. And the windshield air. Believe it or not, this aircraft, if I'm checking, no white. Right here, it shoots air up, push water off the windshield. So, interesting concept, no wipers. So, trim 5 to 5.4 right here. Okay, 5.4 is max. Okay, left and right engine bleeds. See how long it takes to get to it? De-icing, land, strobes, we're ready to go. You can look over at flaps. We're going to 15. Okay, reason, that's how we're set up for flaps. Reason 2, not because that's how our flaps are. We only have a 5,100 foot runway. We're set it at 4,800 foot MSL. We're in a thunderstorm. We're going to use as much flaps and power as possible to get off. The only thing you can't set up here, folks, are D-rated takeoffs, unless you fully know how to set that up. I have yet to figure that out. Brakes off, here we go. Sedona traffic, November 99 Tango Tango, taxi runway 3 for departure. Short, sweet, and to the point. Eventually, we're going to have to turn for the runway and back taxi it. But you can tell, got a little bit of a slope here. And somebody, when we arrived here a couple months ago, said, "You didn't think Citation X came in here?" And a few weeks later, he commented back, just saw it. And I get it. I mean, it's rather large corporate jets, so 5,100 feet at sea level is the gate. 5,000 feet above sea level. It's a hot summer day. The good thing it's a dry. Alright, so we're ready to go. Before we hit that runway. Okay, reverse thrust works. Set the brakes. We are not flying for an airline today, folks, so you will not hear me say, "Oh crap, I forgot to set it." Mainly because things can get kind of hairy-carry with this plane. Alright, so here we go. And Sedona traffic, November 99 Tango Tango, back taxiing, runway 3 for departure. Right now what I do, and I'm pretty sure the AIM says to as well, lights on. Because when you turn around, you better be ready to go, especially at an uncontrolled airport. Why? Other people may be going, "We gotta get in, get off my runway." You're going to find this aircraft will pretty much start taxiing on you pretty quick. Now, since I know we're the only aircraft in the area, I'm going to just reach over, tap the strobes. Here we go, folks. Sedona traffic, November 99 Tango Tango, rolling runway 3. Positive rate of climb, gears coming up. Making our turn. Still trying to get a decent climb out of this thing. Go back to climb. flaps full right now. Well, so we can make it a tighter turn. Push over a little bit, let her start accelerating. Flaps 5. There's our airport, folks. Flaps to slats. Alright, and I am going to go AP. Slats up. Bear with me, folks. This is the part that really takes me a couple seconds to get back into with. And of course, pushing them, folks, does recenter them. I didn't even think about that. I should have gone to. I screwed up here. 240. Okay, now FMS I was scared it would do that. see if I finally got this thing under control yet. Like I said, it takes me a couple of days to get back into it. I'm missing is okay, I think we're finally...
Bank angle.
Well, at least the lateral we've got. Starting to remember where things were hiding here. Those of you familiar with buses know those terminologies. Hey, we're actually now on our way up. I probably screwed it up a million times. Alright, we're on our way. And I just received my termination papers, folks. They don't want me flying them again. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Like I said, it just takes me a couple days to get reacquainted with her, and then we're back in business. So, there you have it, folks. A little bit of trial and error until we're actually doing it right, but putting it in the wrong configuration. Story of my life. But anyway, we're on our way. Another switch I would love to see get working is VNAV. I think that would help through this a lot, but that means you got to work on a good takeoff climb, cruise page, which they're not the great. Takeoff's okay. Rest not so much that I've seen at least. But other than that, folks, I mean, they've really, X-Plane for a default aircraft has really put together a great aircraft. All I'm doing here is setting this up so we can see terrain, see traffic and weather. Alright, so we're on our way, folks. Hope you're enjoying. Hey, look, it's an hour. We're in the air and on our way with about a 50-minute ETA. Flaps are up. Here comes the little speed demon. Now, what I do here in my climbs, I kind of monitor. I monitor the, speeds, rate of climb. Now, as we get above 25 to 30, going to begin bringing down our rate of climb. You just have to, folks. The aircraft cannot climb 3,000, 4,000 feet a minute all the way. It's a speedy little plane, but not that speedy. See, our speed has already dwindled a little. So what I do now is put it to about 2,000 feet a minute. Not a problem. It needs some JADO. No, I need a co-pilot. One that knows this plane. Actually, you don't power now. Challenge of 6. No, I don't think so. But, no, you do not power this plane down, folks. You keep it in climb. It's much like a Airbus, where you got the clicks, you put it in climb, and leave it there. Now the throttles are adjusting with the electronic engine controls. So we're just going to adjust the climb. Now if we had VNAV, that would do it for us. Every time I click that button, weird things happen to this plane, and I'm sure it's because something I didn't set up right. VADEC. Well, there are VADEC switches here. Hang on, where were they? Right here. No, yeah, right here. They're in the normal position right now. Blame it on Austin. Nah, for a default aircraft, folks, this is great. This is actually almost study level. This takes time to learn. But it also it would really take a good mod. So that things like maybe that VNAV switch is tweaked and works right. A couple of these others, I don't have a clue what they're for. I know what this one's supposed to do, but I don't think I've seen it do it yet. Flight level change. So, but overall, fantastic plane. I don't have many complaints other than that guy behind the wheel not knowing what the heck he's doing. That's why I would love a co-pilot to help walk me through some of these things. So, but anyway, and this comes with X-Plane, folks, so there's no saying, well, I don't have the money for it. You already do if you got X-Plane 12. It came with it. The only thing that did not come with it that livery. I downloaded it. That's why I had so much trouble taking off. It's the livery that comes. Oh, no. Like I said, folks, this aircraft, if I would fly it more often, and I know somebody would jump for joy for that, yeah, I'd understand a lot more of it, learn a lot more of it. I'm just not a corporate GA kind of guy. I like flying the Piper Arrow, even though I know I don't do it a lot on stream. I love the Caravan. The corporate planes, I like the C90, but again, I'm more into the jetliners, especially. I mean, if it was me and I did this all by myself, only me flying the 747-200 would get the workout of its life. So, all right, now we're going to go ahead and push up a little bit. Why? We're at 0.87 already. Yeah, the 747 would work me over, but I enjoy that kind of flying, folks. It, to me, is very relaxing. Like I said, I do enough time in corporates. Yeah, I'd like them to, maybe, but I mean, if that's what I had to do every day of the, I'd get over it and fly them. But if given the choice, 747-200, maybe I would get used to the A350 and figure out the quirks that are really, to me, seeming bad in flight factors. Maybe they would come to life in the airplane. Would becomes a lot simpler to me. But folks, we're airborne 41,000 for 43,000, and we have center up somewhere. Where? No, we don't. We have San Diego approach, Los Angeles Tower. So we're in the clear so far. Come and fly with us, folks. You can take off from Vegas in your F-16 and reach our level pretty quick. All right, so now, once we get here, we are going to pull back a little bit till it says cruise. And let the electronic engine controllers do their job. And then I'll move the throttles as needed. Like I said, folks, if I could figure out how to get that VNAV part to work here, that would be one huge hurdle. And this porpoising it does not help. Let it do some talking for you folks. Alright folks, we're on our way. We're doing a little better maintaining, and should be there in 37 minutes. Now, top of descent has been a challenge for me to figure out when. I still really don't know. I find it, but it doesn't help when I find it. There we go, 226 miles away, 29 minutes. I think, well, now, okay, let's talk that through real quick, okay? Is that pretty rough here at 43,000? It says it's 29 minutes away, so that's about a 5-minute descent. Okay, so we'll get rid of here. Let's bring the chart in. You, flight sim pilots, know we can always pull spoilers up, nose straight down and down. But let's look at it. RNAV. Here's our approach. We're going to come in maximum speed now, 220. This plane, that's fun to try to maintain. At 11,000 is a minimum. You heard me right. 11,000. We're going to cross a wave at or above 11,000. GZ at 9,300. So now, all of a sudden, begins to change. Now, if we're going from 43,000 to a 500-foot runway, that's a whole different story. 500 MSL above sea level. But we're going to 6,000 feet above sea level when reserved. Yes. So that right there puts us at 90 miles out, which right now, not sure how close that puts us in. Plus, we come down steeper. Normally, we figure about a 3,000 feet a minute. Here, we come down a little steeper. The profile, I think, is something like 3,000 feet a minute. Not the normal 2,300 feet a minute. So, and I'm going to check that real quick. Let me get charts out. Try something here. New airframe. Alright, that didn't help either. Oh yeah, it does. 3,000 feet a minute is the only profile SimBrief has. So, a little different planning. Am I going to wait 192 miles? No. Considering we're... Oh, goodness. Okay, 187 miles. I think I could do that. Don't go by the time, folks. Go by the miles. And that works out. 300 out. 180 is half that. A little more than. I think we're good. Alright, so we're in cruise. Seatbelt sign's been off for a little bit. Folks, corporate flying is a lot different than airline flying. That seatbelt sign comes off. Alright, however, we can start setting things up because, as you can tell, it's going to get busy quick. We're a B, so, okay, let me bring charts in. We'll go over this real quick, and I'm not dwelling. Okay, so real quick, your ASOS, your center, your radio, and your traffic, common traffic on 2285. Speaking of which, oops, 122. Eight five. Perfect. All right. So we're gonna need to set up our landing speeds. But first, let's go through this. So, reason I just put that in, there's our CTAF. We talked in depth on the ramp there, probably too much. I went on a soapbox and I apologize for that. But our heading, final approach is 172. We're gonna do some turning to get to that point. But 9,300 feet in G's, that's the final approach fix. Minimum descent altitude 6680 or 420 feet above sea level. Now we can actually program that right now. We're gonna wait. Here's our missed approach, which basically says okay, right turn, direct craft, direct headtree, and we're going to hold. Continue in hold to 12,000 feet, do not exceed 185 knots until. Basically, you're turning real tight over the lake to head back. So, pretty much aren't going full throttle on this one. Here's your RNIPs and all of that. Now, again, we're going to Hoijo, max speed 220, no lower than 11,000. 11,000 Oak Grave, G's 9,300. Survey 8340. That's where they're saying the missed approach is just after. Oh, Seiki, sorry about that. And then we'll do our miss if we don't see it. Malzers, Malsif, and Pappy's on the left now. Minimum descent altitude is 6680. 421 feet above the ground is our minimum acceptable METAR broken overcast. If we don't have I'm going to call it 500 now in the METAR. We don't come in. We're below minimums, we won't be able to turn. See the runway. Why shoot the miss? Go to your alternate. You can try it, but again, 3 miles visibility. Got to be able to see. Why? Because Seiki right here, 3 miles out. Okay, 2.6. Okay, I think we've covered that enough. Be gone. Let's get outside and see what we can see. Again, this is Sim Haven. For the Americans. North, tomorrow, way up north, all the way down to the tip of the market. Antarctica has its own. Europe, Africa. So yeah, I mean, a little more pronounced than home. I'm still kind of in the airline. Mainly me. Yes, you guys really do. But hey, everyone has their little mistake. Getting into another purpose. You can see the plane's nose dropping. So, anyway, enjoy, folks. We got about another 20 minutes, 26 minutes or so, and we'll be there. Gonna power back just a smidge. Okay, now I know it doesn't say cruise up there, but we're okay. I don't want it to get anywhere near Mach speed. We still don't have any centers up. I thought we had a tower. Huh. Okay. That's what I get for thinking, folks. Ain't gotta learn that in the military. Alright, let me take a look at a couple of other tools. Due in 26 minutes. Oh, really? Sedona is covered by Phoenix Approach. Wow, I would have figured Flagstaff or Prescott would have had it. But they're all covered by Phoenix. Wow, learned something. Hey, that'll wrap up the stream, folks. You don't want to learn too much in a day, but anyway, we're just cruising along here. And folks, just a little aside here on this flight. Tomorrow we're going to be a glutton for punishment tomorrow. Just going to warn you ahead of time. Oh boy, I am bound to make many a mistake. Unlike tonight. We are going to be flying X-Plane 11. Why? Because there's where my 727 lives. The 727-100. We're we're gonna fly from Pan Am virtual, from Heathrow to Liverpool and back, and then we'll assess from there whether we do the final leg, and that's really a glutton for punishment if I do that. We're going to be doing it, like I said, for Pan Am. My goal is to try my hardest to be airborne, or I'm sorry, on stream after 10 o'clock, airborne by 11, and hopefully ATC is not too crazy. It's UK, folks, and if you know VATSIM, it is gonna be crazy. Procedurally wise, I hope I remember a lot of what I used to do when I flew over there a lot. I haven't been here of late, so we'll do our best. Not ready to reveal that because I'm not certain I'll be able to pull it off yet. We'll see. But it'll be in the 727-100 to Liverpool. Really not a long distance from London, but the route you got to take puts you east to come back west. So, and a lot of that is how Europe is, or how the UK is. Europe, in its own right, is a little different too. So, but you come around, are able to come. I get it, it's work week here in the U.S., winding down in the European areas, so hopefully we'll get some pretty good traffic. So I'm glad to have you all here tonight, and Hawker, here you go, your Jet is alive and well. Yeah, it's a treat. But I know you've got things going on there, a lot to do, so I am thankful for any time anyone can give to watch this stream. I really appreciate you. And one other announcement, and then by then we're going to be pretty close to on top of the center. You'll see it coming down the nav display. For those of you on our YouTube channel, can I first off say thank you? And thank you to those who have subscribed. We are about to cross 500 viewers. At the rate we've been going, I'll say by the end of the month, maybe into September. Now, technically, that would make us meet minimum requirements for getting monetized. I am not certain that's going to happen, but I just want to first off say I never imagined 500 followers over on YouTube. Never. I never imagined 379 followers here on Twitch. Plus the number of subscribers. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for the support of Flying Nomad. And yes, your comments over in YouTube, your comments here help me. Had somebody post, I put this request out so many times, somebody took me up on it. He gave me 3 flights to look at. And aircraft to go with them. Not that he gave me aircraft, and the aircraft he'd like to see flown in, or they would like to see flown in. That helps a lot, folks, because I try not to fly the same flights over and over and over again. I try to mix it up. I have a schedule, a list of where I've been, and that's where it's getting so hard here. I try to keep it fresh, but if I fly something twice, 3 times, I do know it. So that's why I ask for it. So thank you so much for the support, for the help. Duluth Fly has done so much to help the stream along. I thank you so much, sir. You really are a great help. So, all right, folks, with us getting to top of descent, okay, a transition. Let's see, pitot beads are set. Seatbelt signs will come on at 10,000 feet. Strobe lights back on also at 10. And we'll be finished with the landing brief. We've already done that, so that's the good thing. Back in the land of clear skies. All right, we're going to go ahead and pause the music because things are going to hopefully go just peachy. I think they will. All right, top of descent is now about 40 miles out. We're 14 miles from Lake Tahoe. I don't know if you can see the lake yet. But this is what a lot of people love about corporate flight. One, you're above the airline traffic, for the most part. Two, you're flying at 747, 400 cruise speeds, 0.86, or better. And, of course, you don't have TSA lines to go through for the most part. So, welcome to the world of the corporate flyers. All right. All right, let's get our altitude set. I think I'm just going to keep it simple, folks. 11,000. All right, here we go. Okay, so we got our minimum set. Bear with me here. Alright, we're coming back down to the land of you and I. May have to steepen this up a little bit more. This is about where we need to be at 11,000. I'm just not seeing any sign of it. So, pull this out. Okay, coming down at a pretty good rate. Kinda, sorta, not really helps. Really, not all that great. By the way, folks, those just curious, out over in that mountainous area, that's the Fallon training range. I believe Top Gun is conducted there now. No longer earmarked. Oh wow, we're gonna overfly Carson City. I did not know that. And for those U.S. Familiar with the infamous Donner Pass, we're in that region. Sierra Nevadas all around us. One part of the country as an over-the-road truck driver I never got to get to. I never was able to get to. Dispatch kept turning me away before heading towards Oakland. Okay, I think we're gonna actually make it, folks. Reason I say that, we're at about 24,000, and we've got about a 45 2-mile trek over to Hugo, and that's where we make the turn. Again, we need to be slowed to 220 at the same time. So, hope you've enjoyed this, folks. We are just about there. Get a chance to do as a short flight. Kind of did it in the beginning. Well, no, didn't. That is the default. This is not from delivery. The default layout for the Citation 10. That's pretty, pretty good. Now, granted, it's not Coronado where all the little bells and whistles work back there, but the plane can't fly for squat. I think they've done a great job. And in the beginning days of X-Plane 12, Austin would be in the backseat. Now, I haven't figured out how to get him to show up if he still is, but that was pretty cool. Alright, we're about to cross YERIN and then head up to Hugo. Carson City, folks. Alright, we're going to go ahead. Okay, what's our altimeter here? 11 minutes ago, 30:16. Okay, approach speed 120, landing 114. In theory, that's what we're supposed to do. We'll see how we do. I'll just be happy with the stable approach and comfortable numbers. Alright, now it's time to start. Well, we came in about 32 miles short. You know what? I'm going to take that as a success. That was a pretty good descent, folks. We're at 11,000 feet. That's our minimums here. And we'll work on that. We could have maybe done 2,500 feet a minute. That'll also allow us to slow. Actually, no, I'm not pretty sure. I was going to say I crossed that ridge. I wonder if that's where the turn is. But I'm not going to bank my money on it. Nice terrain. Not working. Sure, it's something I did not start. Oh wow, Reno is just like right off. I didn't know that. Yeah, right up in there somewhere. Somehow I thought Carson City was north of it. I'm wondering if that ridge line right up ahead is what we gotta cross to get in. There's an airport straight ahead. Not ours. Yeah, I think we gotta get over that. The lake is right after it, and we start thinking about our turn. And our next descent, which is 2. What are we looking at here? Obave at 11,000. So we're here at 11,000 for a little bit. Yeah, that's a little airport. That's Carson City Airport right there. Huh. I'm not real familiar with it, just know I've heard of it. Probably from westerns. I didn't know we needed to do that. I'll be doggone. Yep, I'm starting to see water on the other side. All right. So Hujo, Obave, Jesse, and we should see the airport. Jesse is 9,300 feet. Slight slowdown here now to 220. Oh, looks pretty cool. May have to do a flight to Carson City here someday. Again, Reno is in that general direction, folks. Like I said, I didn't realize just where we were in relation to that. That looks really good. I see why the 11,000 feet at Obave. So that pretty much most of this lake will be at or above. All right. Lake Tahoe traffic, citation 99 Tango Tango. Ujo inbound for 18. Okay. Get that set to 9,300. Go ahead and put the slats out. Start looking for the runway as we descend to 9,300 feet. Lights are already on. Yep. And seatbelts. All right, here we go, folks. If I remember right, I think it sits right in here somewhere. But again, I've only been in here 1 or 2 times. And Tahoe traffic, citation 99 Tango Tango, final approach fix Jezzy 18. got the runway, folks. Flaps 15. So we'll go down to no lower than 120. Three green. Flaps full. Fortunately, folks, I don't know how to arm the spoilers. Oh, now we have terrain radar. How about that? Oh boy. Hi folks, I hope you've enjoyed this little excursion. I know I sure did. That takeoff was little something. Sorry, I'm not paying attention right now to chat. Feel free to put in your predictions if you haven't already. Okay, flaps full. Like I said, if I could just get a stable approach, I'll be happy. And Tahoe traffic, citation 99 Tango Tango, back taxi to taxiway Echo. Notice the LDA localizer, huh? Interesting. And Tahoe traffic, citation 99 Tango Tango, clear of the runway to the ramp. Flaps up. Okay, flaps are coming up. Terrain. All right, let's complete the taxi. All right, shutdown procedure, real easy, sorta, kinda. Fuel boost off. Center wing off. Throttles to cutoff. First off, we're on the generator because we left it on. Here comes the bleed. All right, now let's see if this is gonna work. Yeah. Hey, they're shutting down. That's all that matters, folks. As soon as we get okay, pitot heats can come off now. Welcome to Tahoe. Did I forget to turn that on? Oh, I certainly did. All right, folks, I don't know what the status of the landing was. So let me first oh my gosh. I appreciate that, Hawker. Appreciate one of my favorite streams so far. I sure appreciate it. It was fun. I will say that. Let me unload that, and get back here. All right, and I'm going to get rid of a couple of other things. And we'll go ahead and disconnect. All right, real quick, looking at numbers, Sim Toolkit is the best source in my opinion. 77 feet a minute, folks, at 126 knots. Well, I got the speed pretty closely. I'll take that landing, folks. That makes up for the departure real makes me feel a little better. All right, let's complete the flight. Get in here, check out some things real quick. He says, okay, there's the flight, folks, the little fun we had here getting it to climb. All right, an hour and 25 minutes, 460 miles, 1,400 kilograms, and 1.5 Gs, 77 feet a minute, 126 knots. Not bad. Now, where I'm kind of curious, did I keep it on the center line? Oh my gosh, I did. It's always good when your pilot says, oh my gosh, I actually... So we landed just about 1,800 feet down the runway, hence the hard engine reverse and braking, 9 feet off the center line. Folks, that all I was asking for was be stable, let alone knock it out like that. Wow. Good Lord, thank you for that one. I really appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed it. Of course, we are now going to try to rewind real quick. Relive it. Oh, I did that one. Click. Start from here. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. Shots. Oh yeah, that got me rehired. Reno, Nevada, folks. I'm sorry, correction, Lake Tahoe. Wow, just incredible. Enjoyed every bit of this flight, folks. Even the learning curve we had to go through to get out of Sedona. I mean, takeoff-wise, we did exactly what I wanted. Got her turned around, headed back towards Prescott. It was just getting it on climbing. Oh well, those things happen. This made up for it. And Hawker, I'm glad you really liked it. I hope you all did, and I hope those of you on YouTube who watch this will enjoy it as well. One last look as we take it from the ramp, I guess. One thing that's interesting, it likes to keep that nose gear. Physically have to almost push it down. It's really an interesting plane. I highly recommend you have X-Plane 12, fire this thing up, and it just is an amazing plane to watch some of this. Now, maybe some of this dynamics, who knows, don't know anything about the plane, other than this is probably my favorite GA jet. That's why I don't fly many others. The King Air is one of my favorite props, and the Arrow is my favorite pistol. That's why you see only those. So, but again, folks, thank you so much for being a part of Flying with Mike. It has been a fun time. We're going to head out of here tomorrow again. Hoping to get going by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Glutton for punishment twice, maybe 3 times in a day. Who knows? Keep to Liverpool. 727 action, 100 on X-Plane. Because it hasn't ported over to X-Plane World. So, y'all have a great night. Be safe. Thank you, Tomcat, Hawker, for being around, and all of the rest of you. We hope you all have a great night. God bless you all. See you tomorrow.